Welcome to the AWS Digital Bharat Masterclass on digitizing your business. Now, in charting India's path towards economic recovery, SMBs are playing a pivotal role in accelerating the recovery and enabling long term resilience. However, according to a recently conducted study, nearly 84% of SMBs reported difficulties in executing their digitization goals. While many of the SMB owners shifted their business online, a lot of them are still left behind either due to a lack of resources or a lack of knowledge. Now, as a part of the Digital Bharat initiative launched by CNBC-TV18.com and AWS, this masterclass will offer an easy and comprehensive guide to SMBs in successfully creating their digital roadmap. Stepping this initiative ahead, the session will help SMB owners who are still operating offline and the ones who are struggling to digitize and revive their businesses by focusing on understanding the technical and implementation related complexity and unblocking obstacles while adopting cloud native services. Now, here are some of the highlights that we'll be discussing during this whole masterclass session. We'll talk about the reasons why small businesses should go online, where they should start from, building the website, hosting and optimization, choosing the right technologies, strategies for effective migration to online platforms, and digital marketing for expanding the reach. And we have some very esteemed speakers with us today. We have Raghavendra Balasubramanian, Head of SME Segment at Amazon Internet Services Private Limited, and Dr. Arun Singh, Global Chief Economist, Dun and Bradstreet, India. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today for this masterclass. Raghavendra, let me start with you first. Even at the onset of the epidemic, those who adopted digitization managed to survive and thrive, while those who delayed the process struggled. What do you think are the critical factors which make digitization imperative for SMBs in the current scenario?
Hey, thank you, Mugdha. And before I answer that question, let me thank CNBC TV18 for hosting me here for this Digital Bharat Masterclass platform. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. So COVID-19, right, has been a massive human tragedy that has impacted communities around us, locally as well as globally. But it has also given rise to a perfect storm of digitization that is taking place across businesses of all sizes. I'm observing two patterns emerge in terms of impact on businesses. The first is businesses where revenues are down, right? But the need to support customers continues to increase. Example, travel and airlines, right? Where despite low volumes of business, customer service still continues to keep them informed of flight changes, booking options, etc. Second is a set of segments where we are seeing the opposite happening, where usage and revenues are growing at a rate never seen before. For example, in edtech, healthcare, financial services, retail and e-commerce, media and OTT platforms, to name a few, where organizations were challenged to scale at a speed that they were never prepared for or never used to, right? So the pandemic has also impacted digital transformation in two ways. First, it is the realization that digital is no longer an optional thing to do. Today, it's probably the most critical and in some cases, the only channel for organizations to reach their customers. We've seen digital roadmaps that were going into quarters and years are now being speed tracked and are built and deployed in days and weeks. Second, it is how businesses are responding to COVID-19 and the role of cloud and AWS, right? And how it can be a force for change, right? As I speak to customers across segments and thought leaders across industries, there's a realization that companies that are thinking about technology and cloud are going to come out of this much stronger. Coming to specific around SMBs, right? India has over 75 million SMBs today, right? And if you look at different reports, give different numbers, but SMBs form the backbone of our economy, and digitization will play a big role in their continued business growth. As NASSCOM highlights in one of their reports, 60% of the SMBs have begun using cloud either directly or indirectly. And by 2025, SMBs are expected to account for 28 to 30% of the India cloud market. And several emerging trends have accelerated the digital transformation for SMBs, like smartphone and internet penetration, digitization of payments, the explosion that we're seeing in the e-commerce industry, rapidly evolving digital first preference of end customers, government driven regulations and compliance requirements, prevalence of SMB first software as a service applications, and the onset of modern technology offerings like analytics, like artificial intelligence and machine learning. So it is increasingly becoming clear that SMBs, to be successful, technology adoption and digitization are a business imperative.
Interesting points there, Raghavendran. And you talked about how technology adoption, digital adoption, cloud adoption is imperative for SMBs in this day and age. But Dr. Arun, the biggest challenge right now for small businesses is figuring out the starting point of the transition. Where do you think, according to you, should a company start the digital transformation?
There are many aspects we can talk about, but two critical issues. Uh, we all know about this one, and that's what normally I call is a known issue: the budget constraint and required skill set that the most small businesses face when they talk about digital transformation today. If I talk about in that context, success of any program or any the digital journey, and basically when the first point they start about digital transformation, all depend on the right choice of the vendors. But basically they're talking about what element they're talking about to digitize, and who are service provider who are basically around those framework to take those issue forward. The vendor should be someone who understand the specific business needs and an industry which the businesses operate today. uh, of course we talk about transformation that can't be considered separately, uh, without what you call the topic of the data, more specifically the quality of the data. Now, starting point to me, without high quality data, digitalization cannot work properly or bring about level of, the change we are talking about today. In our daily life, what we are going through, everything we do, everything we touch today turns to the data. It's overwhelming. What was manually done yesterday is now automated. What was analog is now digital. And in all the processes, what is behind is a data. And that's basically the biggest point at this point of time we have to talk about. There's two things I just wanted to bring in. Data is growing so fast that I mean, we argued many times, but we lost that argument today. We cannot measure the rate at which the data is growing today. Many people can say that 90% of the data generated last few years. It's fine. There are some various statistics floating around, but we lost those arguments because the rate at which data is generated is very fast, tremendous. Not all the data is true. In fact, not all true data is true simultaneously. More and more data contains basis that when you talk about data that can change the dramatically or subtly the impact, or the various areas where the businesses might feel impacted, and the businesses have to take care of their business decisions and move on. In the data we look at basically few elements, just three elements we look at, because we are talking about the journey starting digital transformation. Before that we have a data, but before that there are some element we have to talk about, we have to think about it. That's basically three common requirements to master the data you have. That's one, the structure, second is the connectivity, and third is the quality. When we start and talk about the structure, that's basically most fundamental and most foundational aspect. You need to standardize what you call data structure, and the business's model around that one, which means all your relationship related to entities, your vendor side and your customer side, are basically relying on four objects. One is the entity and its own identifier, its hierarchies, its location, and its role. The second part after structure comes to the connectivity, whether the data stream is connected to the outside your company or within the company. And within the company, when you talk about various stakeholder, whether your data is silos or is a part of your decision making, that's very critical aspect one has to think about it.
Interesting points, Dr. Arun. And like you said, everything you touch becomes data. Data is the new oil. You started off talking about costs and skill sets also. And Mr. Raghavendran, let me come to you and ask you about this particular aspect because what SMBs really need is the right technology, which is not too expensive as well for them. How should an SMB narrow down on the right technology?
So, before we talk about the selection of the right technology, right, that will help SMBs meet their business goals and needs, I think it's important that we understand, their business goals, right? So, SMBs top of the mind business goals continues to be increasing their bottom line, growing their top line, expanding their reach to newer markets for newer customers, increasing productivity of their employees, and improving their attractiveness as an employer, much like any other enterprises, right? And studies indicate that technology adoption can play a key role in accelerating these business goals, right? With up to 2x increase in bottom line profits, 65% increase in access to newer markets and customers, and 84% increase in SMB's attractiveness as an employer. But the technology can be a key enabler for accelerating SMB's growth. We all know that it also poses challenge in terms of how do they adopt technology, as accessibility and affordability continues to be a big challenge. And I think this is where, right, cloud comes into picture in making technology easier, faster, and cheaper to adopt. First of all, I think cloud converts one's capital expense to variable expense, right? You need not make any upfront capital investment, but rather pay as you go in a monthly subscription model. We serve hundreds of thousands of customers, giving us that economies of scale, which we translate into cost savings for our customers. Secondly, you don't need to have a dedicated IT department or data center infrastructure to deploy and manage technology. You can just choose from ready-made catalog of services available at your disposal and can scale up or down depending on your business needs, as these resources are literally available at the click of a button. And most importantly, you pay for only what you use, right? And there is no need for SMBs to develop custom IT applications at their end. They can just download cloud-based applications, quickly customize in a few steps before using them, and access the same anytime, anywhere, across any device, right? Be it their mobile, PC, or tablet. And they need not invest time in deciding which technology or platform to use, but have to just identify the business use case and leave the rest to the cloud. Cloud provides SMBs access to leading and bleeding edge of technology. There is no difference in both the infrastructure as well as the services that is provided to either a Fortune 500 company or to SMBs. Cloud has indeed democratized technology and make it accessible for anyone, anywhere, anytime.
But Dr. Arun, talking about cloud, what are some of the common misconceptions around cloud and cloud adoption, and why are some of these misconceptions wrongly placed? And once we do move, these misconceptions away, what are some of the common entry points to cloud adoption from a SMB viewpoint?
One one area, one misconception I think uh, could be around the cost and then data piece. Basically, when we talk about the cost of adopting some of this digital technology, are basically people are worried about what could be the cost and what could be the return on those costs. The second thing is that end of the day, if you talk about SMBs, always operate in a margin where basically every cause they try to ascertain with the what is the effect and the consequences about around that. There's basically very limited ability, limited appetite for having those various what you call research around those areas. So what is required at this point of time, those cost element as well as the data piece, about those security piece, if that's eliminated and that's widely popularized the concept among those SMEs and other area, I think that should uh, play a role. I have seen marked difference during the pandemic, and I think if you look at some of those discussion I'm having with my in a customer, in fact, uh, 2020, towards end of towards end of 2020, when we reach out to some of the MSME, they saw those benefit in terms of 50% of, they said there's a cost reduction, 50% of said that there is a easy connectivity happening around this one. The idea is that whether it was forced event, the pandemic, so they understood the benefit of getting into digitization space. And some of the statistics available, that it's unfortunate on a human tragedy, unfortunate on the economy, but from a digital perspective, that has fast forwarded the digital adoption rate almost 7 to 10 years. That's a research suggests, which means in a no pandemic scenario, we could have achieved almost 10 years later, which we have achieved now. It's a forced event, which means people have realized benefit now. I can see the things going up, quite rapidly. So those misconceptions, which used to be earlier, I think people have realized the benefit, and now I think that will gradually be eliminated. But there is a more and more things required to bring out those real fact, those real element, and communicate to the larger audience that what is the true benefit of this one.
Right, despite misconceptions, the pandemic has definitely accelerated digital adoption even among SMBs. Mr. Raghavendran, while we are generally talking about cloud and technology and digital transformation, I want to ask you specifically about AWS. What are some of the initiatives that AWS has undertaken to enable digital transformation for SMBs?
So this is one of my favorite questions, right? And as I get to inform and discuss about the various initiatives we are undertaking as AWS. So in January of 2020, Amazon announced an investment of almost $1 billion to digitally enable 10 million SMBs, enable e-commerce exports worth $10 billion, and create a million additional jobs in India by 2025. And the company is on the track to fulfill these commitments, right? As AWS, we are proud to be part of this commitment by becoming the direct or indirect platform of choice for SMBs as they embark on their digital transformation journey. In line with this mission, we have rolled out the AWS India SMB Digitization Initiative with attractive bundles and programs for SMBs to adopt cloud technology at scale. As part of this digitization initiative, we launched the Amazon Digital Suite. Amazon Digital Suite is a set of easy to use, ready made software powered by AWS, available at attractive price points through the familiar Amazon.in marketplace. It is aimed at enabling Indian SMBs to easily digitize their operations, meet their business needs, and resolve challenge by adopting technology. Amazon Digital Suite is designed to automate SMBs' day-to-day business needs like business compliance, ledger and accounting, payments, order and inventory management, customer engagements, HR, and there are a suite of productivity solutions that are there. And it comes with a monthly payment options, right? And comes with consolidated invoicing and most importantly, a one-touch support. And in order to do this, we have partnered with our technology partners like ClearTax, Freshworks, Great HR, Razorpay, Vinculum, Vyapar, and Zoho to bring SMBs the current version of Amazon Digital Suite. And we are working with more partners to further evolve this digital suite with vertical focused solutions and bundles. I think beyond digital suite, we have rolled out AWS Sambar program to offer AWS native services in the form of lightweight business use case like data storage, disaster recovery, sales forecasting, modernization of websites and applications. This programs help SMBs adopt AWS native services with ease by reducing the cost of experimentation with AWS credits and subsidizing the implementation through our trusted partners. And to wrap it all up, right, we have also launched the SMB Vidyalaya, an enablement program in association with industry forums to demystify technology adoption of SMBs for SMBs through a series of easy to understand training engagements.
All right. Great to learn about the initiatives by AWS and the fact that you have so many partners in this journey to digitize SMBs. But while we're talking about digitization of SMBs, operating an online business is very different from running an offline business, and it involves a change in strategy. Dr. Arun, how should SMBs ensure a seamless transition, and what are the crucial factors they need to focus on while building their digital strategy?
I'll tell you one thing. While we talk about the pandemic, while we talk about all the digital transformation journey, there are many element one has to talk about. And when it comes to the business growth and expansion, no doubt the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted businesses, and that has impacted businesses actually, if I have to put together something around four different ways, and they have to take care of that. And SMB in this space, they need to work around those four space to ensure that they get a maximum benefit and maximum traction around those elements. The first one, in-person sales meeting are not a viable, and that's we have seen that one. In fact, all three, four of us are connected, but three different location. In offline mode, we'd all be in the same place. But that's what happening across all the framework, across all the platform, and SMB is one of that. In the new normal, selling has moved to the virtual meeting. In fact, working remotely, that involves more breaks, both voluntary as well as involuntary. Social media, if you talk about, will really play a very large role, uh, especially when they are most of their buyer. They spend time on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn during the flexible working hours, and that's what I was trying to say, that there is more break sometime, and sometimes they take a voluntary breaks, and there's extended working timelines. And during the break, they spend time on these social media. Of course, SMB can use that to get engaged with their buyers and then other, which means think digital. The SMB has to really revisit their discovery need, and there is a basically assumption that customer was uniform across all the framework. That's wrong. Actually, what was the customer in January last year is completely different. Their need is different. Their offering is different, and in fact, their appetite is different. So we have to think about what customer is looking at, how the customer profile has changed over a period of time, and that we should talk about. That SMB should talk about. That's one piece. And the second point and second factor, second strategy they have to put together, the around those large trade and the conferences. Now that has been cancelled. There's no what you call exhibition. There's no conferences. There's no trade show happening where SMB can go and showcase their ability in offline mode. That's absolutely not happening. That have moved to the online stuff, which means that have taken a webinar shape, that have taken a what you call e-connect and e-conferences type of element. One has to talk about that. If I have to put into the perspective, by shifting to webinars, the SMB can lower their cost of lead acquisition, what they should have already done in the offline mode. And in fact, they can have a better connect with the audience across their sectors and their target framework. So that's one thing. They can always collaborate better to their knowledge partners whether they talk about from a a vendor side, whether they talk from their customer side. So I think the webinar is what giving them a better edge against what it used to be, in offline mode. So that's one piece one has to talk about. That's the second piece they have to talk about or think about it. The third, the traditional corporate board line numbers are completely out of reach now. And I think if you we are doing a lot of surveys, and now we are moving towards something, let's say email or mobile and other, where keeping all the data protection in law, data protection law in framework. But board line is completely out of the context, which means the marketing exercise has to have a right approach, whether talk about out of home ad spending, or you need a reallocation of to the digital channels. All that stuff has to be basically taken care of carefully. One has to visit their web visitors, whether they're talking about um, their core ISP, we talk about the API delivery, we talk about various framework or the lead generation. I think that element has to be taken care of, which means the traditional board line is completely out of the question or out of the context at this point of time, which means you're connecting with your marketing leader across various function, or prospect and the lead has to be through web, through other channel. That's one thing. And the last, in the new normal, your prospects are actively searching for new solutions to their problem. We need to leverage the keyword and find in the market buyers. So today, I'll tell you, there are many elements. We are using those keywords across all the digital platform to understand what's happening in the world market. And we are not new. Most of the companies are using those keywords to reach right set of stuff, whether talk about the Evergrande, whether talk about the fuel crisis, whether you talk about the Germany, France election, we talk about some of Latin America. These the SMB has to take care of these keywords development across the various platform to target their account, to target their prospect. And that's how I think they can use online platform to better connect, which was slightly uh, costly and then time consuming during the offline mode, which means of the cost, the time, all can be eliminated in the online mode. So I think those four strategy, those four action point, what SMB is doing, that will be beneficial to them when operating in online mode.
Interesting points, Dr. Arun, and very useful, definitely, as part of this masterclass. Raghavendra, let me come to you and ask you a question that we also discussed in the beginning as well, because of the complexities involved in digital transformation. Like Dr. Arun was saying, there's a whole journey from going offline to online. What should be the starting point for a company to start their digital transformation from?
So thank you, Buddha, for asking that question. And it's very important and pertinent, right? And just want to build on what Dr. Arun Singh also mentioned at the beginning, right? But what we have seen typically as SMBs make their journey towards being a digital SMB, they adopt or invest in technology based on which stage of business that they are in. I think that is critical. Mobile first solutions like payment wallets, point of sale systems, ledgers, messaging platforms are now helping SMBs in the early stages of business lifecycle to digitize their day-to-day transactions and scale faster. As SMBs grow beyond the initial stages, e-commerce sites, social media, and listing platforms are enabling our SMBs, even in the remotest of the locations, to promote and sell their products nationally and internationally. As technology has indeed blurred the boundaries and helps the SMBs reach newer customers and newer markets literally at the click of a button, right? And as their business grows and matures, they look for improving their efficiency, productivity, governance and compliance comes into play. And here there are a host of SMB first horizontal solutions that are making it easier across accounting, taxation, HR, and customer engagement, right? Thereby resulting in higher efficiency, lower cost, productive employees, and most importantly, happy customers. And finally, right, what we are witnessing is some of the more progressive SMBs, right? They're adopting modern and sophisticated technology offerings like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and IoT to give and drive significant competitive advantage and improve their end customer experience.
Mr. Raghavendra, I have
Yeah.
one more question for you from the AWS perspective. What are some of the misconceptions that you see among SMBs when it comes to adoption of cloud, and what are these misconceptions regarding? How are they? How do you effectively put them aside, and what are the common entry points to cloud adoption from an SMB viewpoint?
So, some of the common cloud misconception or concern, right, is around business continuity. And Dr. Arun Singh also called out, right, the cost of experimentation, right, when building on or moving to the cloud. A question most of the SMBs, right, often ask themselves when it comes to cloud is, why can't I continue status quo? Isn't it good enough, right? And as I called out earlier too, what we need to highlight here is that cloud adoption helps SMBs make their transitions towards a digital SMB faster, easier, and simpler. And in that process, right, our SMBs acquire the ability to innovate and stay relevant to their end customers' fast changing needs, right, and gaining a competitive edge in the marketplace. And moving to the cloud also allows SMBs to innovate faster because now they can focus their highly valued resources on their core business and their business needs, right? Rather than doing mundane IT management and operation. And this helps SMBs dedicate their resources, bandwidth, and focus towards their end customers' business needs. And given the low upfront cost, right, and the broad and deep catalog of ready to use services at their disposal, SMBs can experiment often and fail without the risk of incurring high costs or resources or time.
Interesting points there, and I think we've covered the whole gamut, right from the misconceptions around digitization to the starting point for digital transformation, how the transition should be, and finally what are some of the digital tools for digital marketing. So interesting masterclass there, definitely, on digitizing your business. I want to get some closing remarks from you, Mr. Raghavendra. Why don't you start with some closing remarks?
Now, I would like to leave our audience with just three key messages. Technology adoption can accelerate your business goals and provide you a significant competitive edge. Digital SMBs will lead the march in making Bharat truly Atmanirbhar. Cloud is the new normal and makes technology easier, faster, and cheaper to adopt. It helps you to innovate at a much faster pace, providing you a clear edge over your local and global competitors. And as AWS, we would like to partner with you on your digitization journey as you embrace cloud to innovate and drive customer delight.
Thank you, Mr. Raghavendran. Dr. Arun, any closing remarks from you?
Yeah, thank you for that. Of course, I think we spoke a lot about digital journey, transformation, online, and in fact, misconception. I think uh, there's wide variety of discussion we had, but to be very honest, the subject is very vast, and more and more we discuss is better for audience to think about what's happening. I'll tell you a couple of elements. And we are talking about the pandemic, and I just spoke that how pandemic has fast forwarded the digital transformation journey. Now that journey has to continue because what we are talking today, we are talking about the new normal. We are talking about the next normal, and that's not going to go away. We are not going to go back to what we used to be pre-pandemic. We are basically, the journey has just begun, and the digital transformation journey started. Uh, there's a whole ecosystem around it, and I think pandemic has just passed forward. I'll give you a couple of examples why the new normal we have to adopt. Otherwise, there's a risk of losing out those sustainable growth journey. And we're talking about SMB, and I think they have a golden opportunity at this point of time, because if I go back from economic theory, from economic rational perspective, every crisis or every shock or every pandemic like scenario brings to the new normal scenario. It's all of us have to adopt. Whether talk about the Black Death in the 14th century that led to end of feudalism and serfdom. We had a World War II that led to increase of women in the workforce. We had 9/11 terrorist attack, and that led to security arrangement, the security policies across the worldwide. And we had the SARS that impacted the online retailing in China. Today we have a pandemic, and the pandemic has fast forwarded the digital transformation. I was looking at some of the data where they talk about the digital payment, online shopping, video streaming, ebooks, grocery deliveries, and fitness. There are many elements we talk about digital has shot up, tremendously shot up. I was looking at the mobile app download data. That has basically gone up significantly. So I think need of the hour is the digital transformation, digital adoption, and taking out all those misconceptions we had towards this journey, towards the digital transformation. Uh, because I think that's going to stay here. That's a new normal. It's better that we are part of those journey to get a maximum benefit and maximum leverage around that. There's many research. I don't have to talk about that. There's a benefit about the digital transformation. Thank you.
Dr. Arun and Mr. Raghavendran, thank you so much for your words. And we hope that this masterclass is useful for businesses looking to transform. But with that, it's a wrap on this masterclass of the Digital Bharat Initiative launched by CNBC TV18.com and AWS. Thank you for watching.